the legislative act for the one recall. We tabled that the last time, and so, Joe, will you take that one?
Yes, ma'am.
This is where if a person comes in, you know, has a warrant, they can come in ahead of time and pay their warrant, pay their fine. Is that right, Laura? Pay
their fine.
Pay their fine. And it has to be the municipal judge or the magistrate has to initiate this. And it's, the warrant recall fee will be $100, and it's paid by the defendant at the time the warrant is recalled. This just saves the person from, actually before the warrant actually gets to Barbara, she could go and get the warrant from the police officer before they start it, and give the person an opportunity to pay it. Just saves some legwork and paperwork. But we have an insert in here if you want to read it a little bit.
I talked to Barbara on it.
Okay, and I did also, so. It becomes effective following its passage and approval by the governor, so if we decide not to pass it, then, you know, it goes before the legislature and the governor, so. Okay, item number 2 is a renewal of the SARC Title 3 contract with Senior Citizens Program. This is our Senior Citizens Program that Diane Newbern is over. Just to renew our contract with them, and we all know without doubt that it's a wonderful thing for our community. It's grown. The last time I was over there, which has been probably 8 or 10 days ago, I think they had 48 that day. And it's just, you know, I understand they've even had more on certain days than that. A lot of work goes into that program. The ones that are over there is Calvin Henderson works over. He delivers the meals and helps with the cleaning and just odds and ends, different things. He works in the kitchen. But Diane, I mean, she works extremely hard. If anybody's ever that hasn't been over there needs to go. Joe, I know, has been. They do weekly reports, monthly reports. They have to activities, meetings in Mobile. They deliver meals and they take trips. Once a month they try to go, you know, like to Mobile, take them to the mall and just let them out and supervise them, or maybe to Walmart, out to eat at a buffet somewhere. They love that. And they have birthday. For the birthdays of the month, once a month they have this, and the meal is brought in from like individuals. I think Diane prepares a lot of the food herself, and some of it's donated, and they sing and they have piano, and it's really, I enjoy going when I have time. It just, when you leave, you feel real good about it. So if you haven't been, go, and even if you're not a senior adult, just visit them one day.
If you go to the third Friday, it's when they have the birthday. And they have, the food is always really good, but they have cake and bluebell ice cream.
Right. So we definitely want to renew this contract. And if, Joe, I'll ask you to do, Jim, since you're over around the building, will you do that one, number 2?
That'll be to ratify the mayor's executing Thompson.
And item number 3 is the Mobile County Personnel Board open application for a police corporal.
That's going to be an open promotional.
Okay, I didn't know, so that's why I didn't leave
They
it
have
that
to be
way.
within, because we're not going to hire from outside the
Okay,
department.
well, I'll put that in the letter. I assumed that, but I wanted to ask.
Yes,
I'll let you make that
I wanted to
statement.
make sure that we requested properly.
Okay.
We did put that in the budget last year, I understand.
It's in the
Yeah,
current budget, yes, ma'am.
So we're glad we do that now. Item number 4 is the
You want me to touch that?
Yes, you would. Resolution closing dormant bank accounts. This is just to transfer some dormant funds for to operating accounts. It's just, I think it's 3 accounts, and we just have a few dollars in, and they want us to close them out and transfer that possibly over where we can spend it, Lloyd.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 5 is 2009-2010 holiday schedule. And you have the attached schedule. I think it's the same as we've adopted before. We haven't changed any holiday. And one, you take that one. And Jeff's not going to be here tonight, so item number 6 is payable by bills. $149,395.68. And Jim, you want to take that one?
I'll take it. Did you tell somebody, did you ask someone on number 4?
I'm going to get Jeremy.
Okay.
I skipped that one because he wasn't here. Okay. We went over the business items there, Jeremy, but if you got any questions on any of them, if you want to, you can feel free to ask us. But I'm going to go down the committee reports. And Warren, do you have anything? Yeah, he's already covered. He's got some streets he needs cleaning in his district, so we'll get that right on that tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'll do that first. And Jared?
No, ma'am,
On a couple of items, I'd like to bring back up the Civic Center contract, and I'd like to make a motion in the revenue reports that we put a delay on that, awarding those bids until the second meeting in January, at least until then.
Or letting the bids?
Awarding the bids, or letting the bids go out.
Wow.
Okay, I got my 4 or 5 reasons. One is the overall state of the economy. Number 2 is the fact that in our budget meetings the other day, there were a number of items we wanted to do that we couldn't do because of the lack of revenue coming in, although our revenue is basically the same as it was last year. There's a number of items we wanted to do that we couldn't do. We wanted to buy some street equipment. We wanted to buy some fire equipment. We wanted to do some improvements at the golf course. We've got roughly a $300,000 perhaps bill that's due out at the lake on the big dam to repair yet. That'll give us time to see if we're going to get any grant money for that. It'll also give us a chance to see if the economy is going to improve to the extent. Right now, depending on whether it's a 20-year contract, where our sources of revenue are, we're still looking at a $50,000 to $100,000 negative cash flow that it's going to cost us to support the dam or to support the Civic Center, and we don't have that money. We discussed that other night when we was going over the numbers, that we don't have it. And unless we get some more revenue, we won't have it. And even if we just see how much outside help we can give, if we can get grants and that sort of stuff, it gives us time to work on it. And it also lets us buy some time as far as the dam repairs is concerned. Maybe also I'd like to mention that the architect came up with the number of $1.8 million. Still, even if that number comes back from the contractor at 1.4, we got $400,000 in the bank. That still leaves $1 million to be financed, and that's the numbers that I'm looking at.